My name is Wana Fatimi Izzati binti Wan Fauzi, matrix number A20A2072. So I will present about the first slide, which is company's background for Spritzer. Spritzer Berhad is an investment holding company where it has operated in the manufacturing of natural mineral water, distilled water, carbonated flavored water, and drinking water. Spritzer at the first has incorporated in Malaysia as a private limited company under the Companies Act in 1965, and on 26th of May 1963 it known as Spritzer Sundian Berhad. Then, the company was converted into a public limited company on 11 of July 1994 and renamed as Spritzer Berhad. This company classifies their business operation into three business segments like manufacturing, trading, and other. Spritzer is engaged in the sale of water bottle and other consumers' product, and it also provides water dispenser water issue services to its consumer. Spritzers also have a variety of brands like Spritzer, Spritzer Sparkling, Spritzer Dinger, Spritzer Bonvika, Cactus, Cactus Sparkling, Desa and Summer, which are also the leading brands in their respective market segment in the Malaysian bottled water industry. This company also has 3 bottled water plants and 1 plastic packaging manufacturing plant in Malaysia. The main mineral water plant is located on a 330-acre site in Taiping, Perak, the second place at Yong Peng, Johor, and the third in Shah Alam, Selangor, while the plastic packaging manufacturing plant located in Ipoh, Perak. Spritzer Berhad Group comprises 4 dynamic wholly-owned subsidiary companies: Chuansin Sundian Berhad, Golden PET Industries Sundian Berhad, Chuansin Cactus Sundian Berhad, and PET Master Sundian Berhad. The group is involved in the manufacturing and distribution of re-owned products such as the Spritzer and Cactus range of bottled water, Morning Kiss toothbrushes, and other plastic packaging items. So, let's move to the next slide.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Ahmad Fahmi Izman bin Muhammad Sohail. So I will be presenting about horizontal analysis Spritzer company for year 2018, 2019 and 2020. For the first one, current ratio. In 2018, the Spritzer company ratio was 3.57 times, which means that the current asset for 2018 is more than current liability. As a result, 2018 has the highest capability to pay its short-term obligation on time rather than 2019 and 2020. Quick ratio. 2018 has the highest ability to pay the short-term obligation without depending on inventories rather 2019 and 2020. Net working capital. 2018 is the higher positive value absolute measure in liquidity better than 2019 and 2020. Therefore, we can interpret that Spritzer company has decreased from 2018 to 2019. Net profit margin. From 2018 until 2020, Spritzer company had increased their profit margin ratio. Return on equity. 2020 has a higher percentage in return to shareholder than 2018 and 2019. Return on asset. As a result, 2020 has a higher return percentage on the firm investment than 2019 and 2018. This is positive because it shows that the company is earning more money on less investment. Operating profit margin. Spritzer company reported an increase in net profit margin for the year 2018 to 2019 with 10% rise to 11%. However, it is remained same in 2020 with 11%.
Ratio. We have debt ratio on equity. The formula is total debt divided total equity. It's to measure the percentage of amount of debt in company. As a result, 2018 has a higher percentage of amount debt than 2019 and 2020. In 2020, the percentage in the firm will decrease and consider opposite this signal for the firm. Set. That we have debt ratio on asset. The formula is total debt divided total asset. Is to measure the percentage that the company have debt to the final asset. Based on the calculation, debt ratio in 2018 shows 5% is not good for the company liability rather than in 2019 and 2020. Activity ratio. We have inventory turnover. The formula is cost of goods sold or sale divide the inventory. It explains how many times the company restock their inventory to generate sale. In 2020 has a higher ratio reflect the effectiveness of inventory generate sale, which is 10.46 times than 2018 and 2019. This is positive because it shows the company can manage their inventory very well. That is total asset turnover. The formula is sale divide the total asset. The financial ratio measures the ability of the company in collecting receivable. In 2019, record a higher value than 2018 and 2020. We can interpret Spritzer company has decreased in 2020 in collecting receivable. The account receivable turnover is the formula is sale divide the account receivable. The ratio is to measure the ability of company to issue credit to the customer and collect the fund efficiently. In 2018 and 2019, company report a lower ratio of receivable turnover. In 2020, the company can evaluate the collection technique. For the average collection period, the formula is account receivable divide the daily sale. It is To determine time is based on the average for company to reach its payment. In 2020, the company is not having difficulty in collecting debt than 2018 and 2019. For the first 2 years show the company are having problem in collecting debt. Lastly is fixed asset turnover. The formula is sale divided fixed asset. Is efficiently company used to fixed asset to generate sale. Based on the ratio in 2020, the company have a lower ratio which is 0.948. In 2018 and 2019, the company report a higher ratio that show it able to generate efficiency regarding managing fixed asset. Furthermore, it is good because the investor will be looking for investment opportunities and can determine company growth.
Next, we go to ratio analysis or vertical analysis between Spritzer and FNN for company 2018 and 19. For the first ratio, it is liquidity ratio where there is current ratio, quick ratio and net working capital. We could see that in 2018 and 2019, Spritzer has a higher current ratio. It means that Spritzer can pay back the debt on time more than FNN. For quick ratio, which clearly show that FNN almost meet its own short-term obligation using cash and current asset. In 2018 and 19 also, Spritzer reported lower value compared to FNN. It described that FNN has positive value and absolute measure in liquidity. Next is profitability ratio. In profitability ratio, there is net profit margin, return on equity, return on asset and operating profit margin. Spritzer reported that the net profit margin is 7%, while 2019 it reached to 8%, same goes to FNN, which is 9% in 2018 and 10% in 2019. For return on equity ratio, Spritzer reported 6% in 2018 and 8% in 2019, while FNN is 12% in 2018 and 16% in 2019. The higher percentage indicate that the return on equity for Spritzer is show the company ability to earn higher return to shareholder. Return on asset is an important ratio in analyzing a company profitability. As we could see, FNN is higher ratio in both years. As a result, FNN is open to investment opportunity because they can generate high return to shareholder. In 2018, the ratio for operating profit margin report by FNN, which is 10%, same goes to Spritzer. However, in 2019, the higher ratio for operating profit margin report by FNN, which is 13% compared to Spritzer, 11%, which implies that the company is better in productivity.
There are vertical section for 2018 and 2019 between Spritzer and FNN performance. In debt on equity, FN recorded a higher ratio, which is 7.9% and 7% in both years. It happened when the company have higher amount in debt. Overall, it is not good because they are in risky situation. After that, debt ratio on asset. The graph indicate that Spritzer are in lower amount in 2018 and 2019, which is 5% and 4.69% respectively. It explains that Spritzer has lower amount of debt compared to FN. Without further ado, we move to the inventory turnover, which is where we look at higher ratio. Higher ratio mean the company are good in effectiveness of inventory to generate sale. In 2018 and 2019, indicate that Spritzer performance and excellent in the marketing and can generate more sale on both years. Move to total asset turnover in 2018 and 2019 indicate that FNN are able in 2 years to increase their power in effectiveness of to generate sale. This aspect evaluate how much inventory of service are sold. After that, accounts receivable turnover in 2018 and 2019 record that Spritzer had first problem in collecting receivable compared to FNN, which is in 2018 record 5.54% and 5.30%. Last but not least, average collection period in 2018 and 2019 show that Spritzer got the higher ratio, which is 65 days and 68 days respectively. The firm has problem in collecting debt and it implies the investors care to invest in the firm. Lastly, free asset turnover indicate FNN in both years are good and can generate sales. In terms of total asset, rather than Spritzer, we predict that FNN do the unique strategic and technique in generate sales.
Basically, this is financial ratio that we would like to analyze, which are liquidity, profitability, leverage and activity ratio. For current ratio, Spritzer company more able to pay its obligation and ready to meet unexpected needs of cash compared to FNN. FNN has a quick ratio of 1.51, whereas Spritzer has 2.96 chance of paying off its short-term obligations without relying on the level or sales of inventory. For net working capital, FNN has the higher positive value absolute measure in liquidity better than Spritzer. It indicates that FNN has an available buffer to accommodate additional short-term liabilities compared to Spritzer. Next is net profit margin. FNN is earning 10% and Spritzer earning 12%. It shows in the profitability ratio, Spritzer is earning more than FNN company. Return on equity of FNN company is 15%, which is higher than Spritzer that is only 8%. This shows that FNN can generate a high return on equity and is considered a good investment, which drives up its share price. Return on assets, there are 0.12 chance of asset turnover in FNN and 0.07 in Spritzer. We can assume that FNN can produce relatively higher earnings in comparison to its asset base and more capital efficiency. For operating profit margin, as we see, FNN received 13%, indicating that it is more efficient in controlling the costs and expenses associated with business operations compared to Spritzer, which received only 11%. For debt ratio on equity, the table shows that FNN company has the higher ratio compared to the Spritzer with 31% and 16% respectively. The debt to asset ratio in Spritzer is 0.14, where 0.24 in FNN. Companies with a higher figure are considered more risky to invest in and loan to because they are more leveraged. The inventory turnover of Spritzer is 10.46 times and for FNN is 4.21 times. This indicates that Spritzer is more efficient in managing the stock. For total asset turnover, FNN company got 1.13 times, which show that the company is more efficient at generating revenue from its asset. Conversely, if a company has a low asset turnover ratio, it indicates that it's not efficiently using its asset to generate sales. For example, Spritzer only got 0.6 times. Next, account receivable turnover. Between the Spritzer and FNN, the Spritzer is more efficient in collecting debt with 6.3 times rather than FNN, which managed to get 2.24 times. Average collection period or SCP is a measure of how many days it takes a firm on average to collect its receivable. The result SCP between Spritzer and FNN company is 57 days and 53 days respectively. This shows that Spritzer has a problem in collecting debt. Last but not least, fixed asset turnover. FNN has 2.24 times the ability to efficiently generate the net sales from its machines and equipment, where the Spritzer has 0.95 only, show that FNN is better than Spritzer in generating asset.
Assalamualaikum and hi. My name is Engku Nurfatia binti Engku Ismail and my matrix number is A20B1322. So now I will give you some recommendation for this financial analysis. The first one is Spritzer need to increase its profit margins to get their high return on equity. For example, Spritzer can also increase the price of each product and selling more product to get the higher profit margins. Next, make a strong relationship with the client to increase account receivable turnover. Getting trust from customer is one of the best way to make them pay the debt earlier. This can increase in account receivable turnover for Spritzer company. Other recommendation is to increase in fixed asset turnover by using its revenue. Spritzer need to increase its revenue to have high fixed asset turnover ratio. Spritzer can increase its sales by provide a lot of promotion and quick movement of finished goods. Lastly, I will recommend for Spritzer company to decrease the average collection period by accepting more payment methods. Spritzer can include more payment methods such as wire transfer, credit card, traditional check, PayPal and others. The customer can have more choices to pay for the products. It allows Spritzer to be more flexible and receive funds from customers faster. To conclude that, ratio analysis is an important way to interpret the financial result to measure the performance of the business. By that, the company can improve their financial performance and provide excellent result for their company.